Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Comp.tf Newbie Cup coverage here at the Canico? I don't know. Canico, let's leave it at Canico. The Portuguese community hero that everyone knows and loves as he is just running this tournament basically on his own channel. Ducky is helping him out as a streamer. My name is Pledge, and with me is Basehead to do the commentary for this one. And the teams involved are the B-Boys and the Rushers. And the B-Boy stands for Bfalizee. Seriously, I hate that name.
Bfalizee's boys.
You know, I got an invite from Bfalizee to just be like, "Hey, let's talk. Maybe you can join my team and stuff like that." And I was just like, "I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry." That's the main problem. I was like, "I would, but I cannot pronounce your name. Sorry." So that didn't work out whatsoever. And but the team is here, and as the Bfalizee boys are going to be ready to take this victory here in the Comp.tf Newbie Cup. I think it's the first one. I can vaguely remember there being talks about a Newbie Cup before, but I think it never happened. I think this is the actual official first one, right?
Yeah, I think this is definitely the first Newbie Cup from Comp.tf.
Yeah.
This is the EU branch, and there's also an NA branch.
Yeah, there's been other Newbie Cups, obviously, but this is like
which Kanko's arranging.
This is the real one. This is the best one, obviously, as well, because they got casters and everything. So it's been arranged pretty nicely. I'll give them that. That's for sure. So, as both of those teams reach the grand final, I think the teams on the top side of the bracket, some of them had a bye. I can only assume that the B-Boys had a bye as well.
Yeah, they did.
So they only played, I think, 4 games, and I think the Russians played 5 games to get to this one. They've been playing for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. Now they're here in the grand final. It's a full best of 3. That means very simple. There's going to be map picks and stuff like that. You heard about the maps, right? Did they do something with regards to map elimination or heavy fist fights? Or
in the final, it's going to be Badlands and then the loser's pick for the next map.
Alright, I like that. I think that's better than the ETF2L system. And if there's any ETF2L admins out there, it is better than your system. Still not the best, but it's better.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We should be going in about 30 seconds, I think.
Passive-aggressive, I think. That's the best way to do it as a caster, that's for sure. Spike himself is sitting in chat. Thanks, Spike. You're great. Feel free to ever talk to me if you need any more suggestions about how to run a league properly. Okay, it's fine. Rant over. Rushers versus the B-Boys. That's going to be for sure. As the grand final is supposed to go live any second. Badlands map number 1 after that losers pick. Full best of 3. You need to win 2 maps in order to win the tournament. Prizes 6 keys. I'm quite sure for the number 1 team. Is there like 6 keys, 3 keys, 3 keys or something? What is it?
I'm not too sure, but details on the Comp.tf site for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the way it is. I guess we'll just have to wait and see which of this teams is going to come out on top and rock pretty much everything. Ducky is just confirming to me. He's like, yeah, it's 6 keys for first place. End a 3-month-long server. So that's pretty great, actually. Comp.tf sponsoring the servers for the prizes. And this is the thing about these teams, right? They usually don't have their own server. Sometimes they have connections because the server one from Robbie Omega at the moment is from the Amsterdam High School, basically, because I recognize the address. Serious Scan is hosting all of those servers, most likely. So I recognize the address. So yeah, if you have friends, of course, that are somewhat knowledgeable in the internet scene, yeah, cool, you can have a server. But you're not going to just pay buttloads of monies for game servers usually. So if you win one for 3, this is pretty damn great. And one of these 2 teams is going to run away with that one. We'll have to wait and see just who it is. Who's going to have an edge? You casted both of those games. Base said who was looking better, more organized, more refined.
I want to say the Bfalizee's boys because they've been very strong, but the medic had to leave because he has other. They've got a medic and Mulgar in, which isn't bad, but I don't know. It's just going to be weird because he hasn't been playing and they don't know what they're doing. So we just need to. I would say I'm still going to say B-boys because I think they can put it through, but I think they might struggle a bit more with this different medic.
Well, I guess I'll have to wait and see. Wait, who's the different medic? I want to know his name!
Mulgar. He replaced Alex.
Okay, so instead of Alex, yeah, this is the thing, I memorize names really quickly. So when suddenly, I was going to say Alex about 100,000 times if you wouldn't have told me right now that there's a new medic in there. I had no information on that just yet, but clearly, Mulgar is going to be playing that. It's Mulgar, right? Yeah, Mulgar, that's going to be his name. It's... Obviously, when you're casting the Premiership season after season, you're going to start memorizing all those names, and it's going to be great, but But you suddenly get to cast 12 new players that you know nothing about. Obviously, it gets a little bit tough, guys. I do apologize for that. In case you know all of these players and I don't, I really should, but I haven't had the time to prepare for this, so I do apologize. But it's the way it is. The B-Boys versus the Rushers. I am just going to call them the B-Boys because it just makes it a little bit easier. And now we'll have to wait and see which of these teams is going to come out on top. Badlands map number 1. Badlands, the most standard of maps. I like this. I'm looking in the chat at the moment. Ducky shouldn't have the chat on stream, guys, so I'll just read it out for you guys. Very clear that both of these teams are like, we're both ready, but the casters are supposedly not ready.
We've been ready for a while.
We've been ready for a while. They should have been told. They should have. It's fine. They're just not reading their Steam messages. We'll get this game ready pretty much as soon as we do. And it's going to be pretty great. Atlas is saying, welcome to my role. Played strike casting Highlander. If you're casting teams and you know it more than 2 minutes in advance, you should be memorizing those names, Atlas. Get on my level. I boot camped for 72 hours getting ESCA land done at 5 in the morning, so screw you! That's the way it is. And I don't get to say that when I cast for TF2, so I'm very happy that I'm here on the show, that's for sure. Let us see. Why are they not readying up yet? You told them like 3 minutes ago, right, Base? I remember you telling me that you told them we were good to go. We're just waiting for the teams to get
Got a message saying we're live in a second, but I'm not really sure what's going on. It should be going, really.
Who told you that and how long ago was it?
Ubucks, he said about a minute ago. We're live in a second, but I don't know if that was... Okay, looks like someone's readied up, so might be soon. Yeah, they started, alright, they started.
Yeah, unless when the good luck and have funs are coming out, so you can actually like check their game info as well. And if you see the frags on 0, you know they started. That's a very good way of telling when teams started. I usually do that whenever I'm casting. It just makes it very easy to see when they actually ready it up in real time. As right now, I can hear a ready up sound. I can actually see the team warning, and I see the good luck and have fun's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get your hypes up. Let's get the cup. No, not the copper faces. Let's get the other faces down. Let's raise some dongers here as the B-Boys, the Bfalizee boys, are going to come out here in the blue, going up against the Rushers in red on Badlands here in this first map of the Upper Grand Final between in the Comp.tf. I actually forgot my train of thought there. The Comp.tf Newbie Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching here. My name is Pledge, and as a terrible caster, I need some help here as the base head comes out. Even though we can see a medic almost not getting taken out. It's a 1 for 1, now a 2 for 1 in favor of the blue team, but they're stuck. They're stuck down there. If they can get the kill into the dome, they're going to be in good shape. But look at that health base head. Good execution here from the Rushers.
Yeah, the B-Boys went Valley, and they just got one of their soldiers got denied, and they had to fall back because of a jumper, and it just was a bit messy. They couldn't get up in time, they couldn't get enough presence on the point, and they just got spammed out eventually, and then they've been bleeding players. Luckily, the medic stayed alive in Mulgar, so they might be able to defend Spy for a little bit if they can get the players up in time and get the spam down. But the Rushers are already on Stonebridge setting up, so it might just be holding last.
Yeah, 85% right now onto.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to block
here. He's going to be completely fine. Like, they're not going to be able to defend second. No way in hell as that point gets capped off. But they will have overcharge here for last. And now, this is where the dance happens. This is where the weirdness happens on the last map when we cast at base. We're very clear both of these teams, they couldn't keep their players alive. They kept fighting all day long. You want to keep your players alive, give them a buff, then go. Like, right here, Yodo's already down. Jason and Pute right are going down as well. Very clearly, now you want to go. That's what they're going to do. They're going to pop in, force the Reaver out, and then sticky up the point as much as they can. Drop back, drop back.
Scout.
Kind of I guess they just all drop to the point. I guess that is perfectly fine as well. There's only 2 players left alive for the B-Boys. They're going to get taken down, and the Rushers put the 4th point on the board.
I need my B-Boys to step it up. They need to like show some presence this mid, hopefully. Maybe go house instead of Valley because they just got denied. Yeah, it's unfortunate really. They bleeded 2 players before the enemy team even popped in then, so it was just a bad Uber from Uber in defensively from the start. 3H5 goes Valley, and I'm not sure where their medic is.
They don't all go Valley.
Okay, it looks like they've decided to go Valley again, and so have the other team. Both soldiers jumping up onto their train, trying to get some good damage off. U-Bus goes down, Builder gets denied. 3H5 gets some nice stickies down, but it looks like they're going to have to retreat here. The soldier bombs in from Mulgar.
Logitech's getting so much damage as well, and Zimball's just going to jump after them, kill Mulgar off, and even though they actually lost a couple of players, I think J7 got a double kill there on the side. Look at the Russians, they're just dropping all the way out. They're not feeling confident with the Doman aim whatsoever. Just backing their way out, and as Logitech and Sarah is really the last two remaining players standing. Delman is flying in, but 3H5 is only 48 HP. He's going to be a little bit careful here. He's going to be able to help his team cap off that point. There's an advantage obviously in the hands of the red team here, and the Russians are probably going to try and capitalize onto that one. Only 12% obviously on Mulgar on the other side. Let's see how good the execution towards Willow is going to be.
Yeah, they should just be coming in right here. Yeah, they're coming in through choke now. They pop the Uber. But it looks like the B-boys are getting out quite cleanly through choke. They use loot box, but they might use a reverse scout, which is a shame. But if they got out quicker, then they would have been able to have a really good advantage on them. But they have 60%, and they could go back in soon. They just need to hold and not get flanked.
No, the red team need to keep going right here. They're going to put the pressure down and see if they can get the kills as well. So we can really clearly see the B-boys. They didn't drop back early enough. They're going to lose players. Yodo's gone down. We do get the return frag there onto Zimbal. Soldier for soldier. Still okay for the B-boys here as that Ubercharge is ready to rock and roll. Looks like the Rushers, they've been paying attention. They're counting. They know that Ubercharge is good. Even though Dartanix and Karchayal are both actually down, they did not get a force out whatsoever. We're slowly going to make their way. You need to check that shithouse. They're actually doing that. They're not doing it, but they don't have to. No one is actually there. The B-boys, they do lose an entry frag to the Rotska as he gets that kill for 3H5. That's pretty much going to be it, though. 2 frags in favor, one death, and obviously that's going to be more than enough in order to pick this one up. With Jukebox down, though, might be a little bit of a window here for the Rush to make this one work. Both of these teams have Uber now. This fight's going to break out here any second, and one Uber gets popped off. Second Uber only just now ready. Counter Uber gets popped off right now. Full 10 seconds on the front. He's milking it so hard. Well played to Sarens. But they lost pretty much everyone on the flank, and that is not going to help whatsoever. The Rushers, they do need to back off out of this one. Really need to kill that scout. One soldier in the back as well. Soldier is very weak though. Zimbal is going to be looking for him, and this kill onto Robbie Omega is going to kid there. So Logitech hits one of those brilliant pipes coming out of his grenade launcher. You can see them now making their way forward. 6 versus 5. Uber charges have been pretty much reset. It's a slight advantage though in favor of the B-boys as they build up one a little bit more aggressively, and they popped it a little bit earlier as well. Let's see if the Russians are feeling adventurous here. They should do. Let's put it that way, as J7 is already down. Let's wait and see what the Russians are going to decide to do. They lose the Rotska on the flank right now. Just gone down.
Russia seems to be sending in their flank for some reason, but they just look like they're going to get picked off here. Scout under the point. He's on 5 HP. Okay, he gets taken down by a nice rocket. And it looks like the B-boys should just be going in right now. They've got 20% advantage. They've got a sniper going in through... sniper sniping the stickies through choke, and now they're getting the red team out. And it looks like they can get the demo man as well, unless the medic can flash him. Oh, the medic manages to save the demo man, so it's a nice counterpart. They lose Ruby and Mega, and now they're pushing back the blue team into mid. They're going off the player advantage.
I'm really not sure, base. They can pull this one up, and there's a sniper right there who's going to try and kill their players. And
oh, the soldier bombs in.
Before at LAN at I-49, the grand final was pretty good. But here now on Badlands, we're going to have to wait and see. That's going to put off. They get 1 kill there. As the Ubercharge are still even. It is a 6 versus 5, but look how offensive the Russians are. They get that kill onto Yoda though. Great focus fire onto the side. As they get that kill, they're going to try suicide players in again. Darthamix just going wild, pretty much on his own. No help whatsoever, no reason whatsoever. He gets shut down once again. It gives the B-boys an opportunity to make something happen. They lose a scout though. J7 already down. Zimbal now as well, exchanging frags. Demo now down. So Logitech getting caught with his path down. Sarah doesn't even have that Uber charge just yet. And this should be a free second point, but don't forget, they lost the scout and they have a sniper. They have no capping power whatsoever. And that's why you can right now see the B-boys pushing in the last and dying. They have no capping power whatsoever. They send 1 player up onto the spire. As you can see, Yodo's going to jump up the spire now himself as well. He's not going to get the kill to catch Chell just yet. Now gets taken down. We can see, yeah, they're going to cap off that point, but
they managed to get it, which is helpful. But they have to force the Medicaid really, or else Russians can just cap second for free. If they come out, or are they just holding in lobby? I'm not sure why. Yeah, okay, they're fine. The scout's called into his team now, they're not even in yet, so now all they have to do is spam them back. I don't really know what the B-boys can do here. But they managed to stop the cap with a nice rocket. The soldier jumps onto it as well, but he gets denied. He's jumping back onto boat. Rush is just really falling back here. We still have the Ubercharger, so we can still go into them. They take down 3H5, the demo man, so it just looks like it's going to be another hold really. Players are okay. Yodo manages to solo pick the demo man, and also he finishes off Symbol. That was a nice play by him, but he just flanked him. This is just a bit messy from the Rushers then. They just weren't aggressive enough. They just let the B-boys they sent people one by one and they had really well, and they should have just gone in and charged at them, but now they're getting pushed in. And they're 3 players down, so
get back.
It looks like they're going to be hard.
Xerath needs to keep his players alive. It's okay, Logitech has just spawned. He's going to get that kill into Mulgar. Is Seren's going to stay? No! What are you doing? Dropping! Get to the high ground! Seriously, if 3H5 goes into the high ground now, you all die. Okay, there you go. Everyone is going back to the high ground, getting some stuff done. But you can see, there's a lot of pressure there. Now everyone is on the floor. It looks like 3H5 decided, you know what, high ground, that's a stupid thing. Let me push from the front. He did manage to just immediately get taken down by about 5 rushers who rushed his face into the spawn queue. Right now we can see the rushers making their way too.
You guys calls it a day in taunt, so lets himself get killed. Rushers are coming in now with a 2-pick advantage and 30% Uber advantage, and they should just be able to force them back quite easily if they got the players in quick enough. The heavies are just standing back there taking some spam. They do manage to pick off J7 and Yodo though, so this is what they need. They need their players in. They've got the scouts coming in. Got some good time on point. And yeah, they're just pushing through now. 3H5 trying to get some denial of the point, but it's not really going to work. You know, he's weak, backing out.
Oh, great pipe right there from 3H5. It's flying over from the side. Get that shot in. It cost him his life, but I don't think he's going to care all that much. Serenity only just hit that Uber charge, and now he's been taken down. Mulgar has his though. And again, we've seen this before, where the B-boys push without their demo man, but with an Uber. Sometimes it doesn't work that well. Let's see if it works out this time around. Uber got forced right there by Zimbo and Kachachao. Both came flying in onto that one. They don't have a demo man. Let's see if they can execute this as well as they should.
Scout from behind.
3 kills in total. Dartnix really overextending there. Scout now. What are you doing, Scout? There's no point the Rotgun actually being there. And there's 4 players of the Rushers dying right there. It might actually cost them the round on the spot.
Now they have 2 scouts, they might be able to cap Spire for once, instead of having to send a sniper onto it. They just need to... Okay, Sticky's get dead. The soldier's jumping up to deny the demo man. He gets a nice rocket onto him. Can Yodo pick him off? Sadly not. Oh no, Yodo gets picked off, so they might want to come back out here. Oh no, Logitech manages to get finished up by Ukebox, which is a nice play by him. So now they've secured the second point. They just need to... They've got a good Evo advantage, so they could go in, but... I don't know, yeah, the other team have a demo man down, so they're going to go in through main, it looks like. But they're going to... Okay, they're backing up, they lost J7
happen.
For some
It's
reason.
100 versus 72% at the moment. It looks like they might actually want to go in! The B-boys are not going in. This is the one time where they should be going and they're not. This is very, very unfortunate for the team in blue at the moment, as they don't realize how much of an advantage they have there, simply because of the fact that they put on the pressure from the start. Cannot make this one happen at the moment, as both of these teams do hit 100%. Katachao gotta be hopping that pyro at the moment, so let's see if that's gonna help out. Obviously, the new unlocks are in play. The ETF12 allowed them, this cup allowed them. Basically just copy the ETF12 rules, and now the spam is gonna happen. You don't want to pop off an Uber
Nice
charge
pyro
the
denial.
spam. Oh, yes! Oh, yes, ladies and
from
gentlemen,
Jim.
that's all we want to
From
see. The
Katachao.
double kill right there. Onto
Double
Scout,
reflect
onto
crit
Demo,
pipe.
chasing Medic, gets the Medic, and that's a 3-man for Katachao, including a double reflect kill.
Complete wipe for the
6
B-boys there.
versus 0.
Horribly outplayed.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And he's actually, you know what, this is what makes him such a good player, right? He got a kill like that, chases out the Medic to second, walks all the way back to spawn, changes to Scout. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do. If you make a massive play as a heavy or something like that on last, don't go to second. If you make a massive play sniper, don't switch. Just switch classes. That's what he did. Now he's going to be an asset to his team once again, making their way on towards their middle point. They have an advantage here. Let's see if they can push that advantage to their limits.
Stand on the bloody point,
So still slight advantage here, 80%. 67% towards the B-boys. You see the rushers, they just haven't really been building as efficiently as the B-boys have pretty much throughout the entire game so far.
Yeah.
In the end though, they're 1-0 up.
The B-boys are lucky to be holding on to mid here because they did wipe, but it's just a bit of lack of aggression from the rushers. They pop in now though, get the force on the... They managed to pick off U-boats, they lose our Tenix for it though. And now it's just a bit scrappy. Robio Mega's jumping in trying to get some damage, but he just lets his scouts flank his medic. They just walk right around him and picked up his medic, and now they're onto him. But they get him, and yeah, it's just Yodo up, and he managed to get a nice rocket, but then he gets picked off by Zimbal.
This is what usually happens when both of the teams decide to scrap the defense. And you can see both of the sides. This is very funny actually. You see 2 soldiers from the Russia spawning first, or being alive first, and 2 scouts from the B-boys being alive first. That's where you can see that scouts are the best cleanup crew team. The Russians kept their scouts alive longer, therefore they ended up winning a fight that came down to DM and cleanup stuff. And they did an unbelievably good job picking that one up. They got the middle. But again, they're a little bit behind in the Uber charge. Now, is that because there's a crit screen in play? That is my question. Nope, no crit screens in play whatsoever. So
maybe that's what would win it for them.
Again, like Mulgar and the B-boys are just building a little bit more efficiently, based like consistently.
Yeah, the problem seems to be just the focus fire and the cleanup. Really, they just not really got that synchronization down, and they're just getting outplayed on the flanks like it seems to be. Then the heavies just been cleaning up. And right now they have been building better, but they lost a player, so they can't do anything with any advantage that they would have had. Now it's just the Russia's holding onto mid and the B-boys holding quite close to choke, so it looks like they want to make a play, but I don't know, unless the flank do something, it's just going to be Russia's coming in. Oh, here comes our Tenix jumping in from... He gets launched onto Spire. He lands on 14 health and then craters back in trash. That's quite unfortunate then. But he opened up the room for the Russians to come in, and they've come in through choke now, and they got the B-boys back out. But that's what I mean. The flank of the B-boys have just cleaned up on the Russia's flank, and now the heavies can just come back out and hopefully do some work. They managed to get most of them down. It's just a demo man and a medic, and then Dartenix on the spawn.
Serens, you don't want to heal him, dude. If there's players just flying in, you're just gonna die. But it looks like the B-boys are actually very passive onto this one as well. Dartenix does get taken down. Body shot from Jukebox. See, this is why it's not the real Jukebox. He hits body shots and stuff. Oh, the real Jukebox only hits shots. Sorry, that's the way it is. Actual hacks machine coming out of him. It's right at 45%. Against that fully Uber charge from the B-boys, which just now got popped off. They're not really going to do anything. It's more a pop off to keep Mulgar alive. He has done just so. Let's see if they have enough of their players there to manage to pick up that middle point. They do get the first kill onto Katachel, and really the Rotska is only just now spawning, so the Russians just don't have the players to make it happen. They do have a big advantage though. They're going to be looking to use that one.
Yeah, the B-boys are looking to push, but they need to either get in or get out. Because yeah, the Russians are going to go in through house here, maybe, or they're just holding choke. Actually, pick off Yodo, they pick off J7, and they're just going to be going in here with a 30% Uber advantage. You can see the B-boys running out now through mid, but I don't know, it might be too little too late unless they can get out in time. Robio goes down, it's just the medic. Morgar's going to get picked off here. I don't know what U-Box is doing at the moment. He's letting me down, to be honest.
I'm looking at the duel right here.
Yeah.
52 HP of the Katachel. Medic. Mulgar's not gonna, like, he plays that very smart. Clearly, he just stayed out of Uber charge, the Uber saw range, and he was able to pull that one off. And now, once again, the tides have been turned here as the Russians are going to make their way towards Spire. They need their scouts onto the point. I see the Rotska just walking on balcony at the moment. Go toward the point. Your scout partner has died, the Rotska. You need to get to the point and cap that thing off. You're not. No, don't sit in. Oh god, don't sit in trash. Don't go into lobby. You're not capping the point. This is getting really annoying now. He needs to go and cap that one off. You cannot let your soldiers and gentlemen cap that. You need a scout up there. Now finally he has realized, you know what, that might actually be a good idea. So he's making his way up there. He's going to be able to cap that one off. Both of these teams, though, building up as fast as they can. Seren's already has his. You can see Mulgar is on 75%. He might have it just barely in time. It's getting very close.
Yeah, they're coming in for the top right, but they got the pyro denying. Which is good job of denying the Uber, but they got a lot of time on point. Now the heavy has to stand on it, and they're just getting spammed up from the top. So for some reason, Rabia decides to just stand on top of the point instead of helping his team, and he kills himself, which was a questionable play. didn't seem to. Instead of jumping up onto the demo or the medic, soldier, he just jumped above the point, leaving his medic to die and letting everyone else just clean up, which wasn't the best of decisions. But hopefully my B-boys will pull through and win this mid for once, because they seem to just not know what they're doing.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, man, but the Rush are doing good so far. 2-0
They
up
have
here
been,
in
they
the grand
deserve it, to be
final.
fair.
The Comp.tf Newbie Cup Grand Finals here in Europe. It's the first map. This is Badlands. The first map got decided by the admins. That's going to be losers pick. Third middle now going live. And again, the entry frag on Mulgar with the seamless. I think that was the first middle where we saw that as well. Just catching spam over and over. Even though it's only a 1-for-1. Look at how safe they keep their medic. They're doing an unbelievably good job. Let's see, right now Serent is going to be able to move on together with his team, and if they can get scouts to cap points, I think that's going to be the most important thing, because if they don't do that, Mulgar's just going to have the time to build off that Uber charge. Last time around he was on 95, barely didn't get it, therefore couldn't defend, but is he going to be able to have it this time around though? He's only on 20% at the moment. It really looks like the Beavers are going to just try and get a force down, but Robbie Omega missing rocket after rocket. It's not his moment to shine.
Robio and Yodo throw their lives away there, and the B-boys are quite lucky that Russians don't seem to like cap and spy with scouts, because they've just been given a lot of time really to get their Uber, and as long as the medic stays alive they should be alright. They go in.
Down. Yeah. Jukebox managed to pick him off. Very good play coming out of him. So we can see that pick coming out. So we see now, finally, some scouts there on top of that spire. They're going to be able to cap that one off. You see Robbie Omega, he could be helping his team here, but instead he's sitting on top of the last point. Yeah, sure, go and sit there, defend that. Like, there's a scout sitting on the point as well. Do either one, right?
Yeah,
do either one. Either have someone sitting up there or have a scout, but now they're sort of... And now they're stickies on the point as well. Okay, now Robbie's decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to build this Uber for my medic. This is a great idea.
Oh, it's spy play from Daltenix to see if he can get anything here. Might be able to pick off Morgar. He has to get in soon though, because they have the Uber charge, and yeah, they're probably going to have to rely on a drop here from the spy. He's going in for it, I think. Oh no, he gets caught out.
He got spotted very early actually. Good play. See if they can get it. Like, either you can get a force out, or you need to be a little bit passive. It looks like you can see how passive the Russians are, right? They're playing this pretty much spot on. Ideally, you'd want to be on Stonebridge, but if you're a little bit more aggressive, you would like to take control of that lobby side. Sitting where the Russians are sitting right now is a great idea, guys. If the enemy team already has Uber, you don't want to be sitting in the regular spot. You're just going to die because the enemy team Uber's in and kills all of you. Sitting right there in a very narrow choke point is going to prevent them from just coming in and killing you. So walk them so you can walk back easily. Jump them around. So now Uber has been built. Both of these teams have it. Sentry gun and heavy weapons guy on last here for the B-boys. Let's see if it's going to help them hold this one.
Sentry gun's being spammed, so they can't really build it very efficiently. The B-boys could have pushed, and they had the Uber for a long time, but it's because they had the heavy, and they lost the player. They just didn't want to push out, and it's fair enough, but it's just going to be a bit interesting how they hold here now, because it's going to be hard for the Russians to focus down a 450 HP heavy and then what should be a level 3 sentry, but it's being casted at the moment. Oh, U-Box manages to pick off Capture, which delays the push a bit.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna force the exchange here in top lobby. I'm not really sure how much I agree with this one, but it's a single exchange, which is very good because obviously the Ubers are gonna run it at this exact same time because the Russians have to multi. It's a 5 versus 5. And one of the scouts of the B-boys is actually still 10 seconds into that spawn queue. If they can identify where the sentry is, they might be able to pull this one off. And 3H5 in chat, I don't know if the chat is on the stream, if it's not, that means it's good, but it looks like they've now decided, Robbie Omega has just decided, you know what, I'll walk out, I'm bored, I'm gonna go and kill the demo. And that's what's gonna happen, but I don't really agree with the fact that the B-boys said, are you guys gonna push? Because there's not really been an opportunity yet for them to push, because the B-boys had an advantage, and then they pushed out. So, I don't really say what they're talking about, but very clearly, the Russians have an advantage to work with here. 30% on the board at the moment. And Sarens with the rest of his team, they're probably going to walk in here as soon as they hit that 100%.
The Russians can just sit back on this second there, like the B-boys saying push, but they don't have to. They're the ones who have to push. And it's just not really working.
B-boys might just die here. They might actually just die.
Okay, they know what Mulgar's doing.
95, 96, there we go, Mulgar's actually gone down. There's no way they can hold this as they're now spotting that heavy weapons guy. Double pipes onto his face as well. Round gets picked up, 3-0 at the moment for the Rushers. And this might actually be a good thing for the B-Boys. If they held that one on for too long, they wouldn't have had the time to pull it back. Now with 3-0 on the board, 7.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this first map. Anything is still possible, but the Rushers, they look a lot more refined, a lot cleaner in their play. Less mistakes, less weird things that they're doing. They're pulling it out.
The Fox has got value with the demo one on back. J7 goes down straight away. Jukebox manages to pick the demo one, which is good. Zimbal goes down. Sadly, 3H5 goes down as well. Problem is here that they've quite split, the red team and the blue team. It's just going to be who wins their one-on-ones.
No, Sarah's just, like, this is the thing. Both medics are actually still alive. Yeah. And neither of the teams feels confident enough to cap that point. So what happens is the ballsiest player will cap. And that's basically what's happening at the moment. There's one scout who's like, nah, I got this. And Captain's going to pay for it with his life. There you go. He's going to get taken down here any second. Unless the scout can literally... Oh! Wow! Jukebox missing 14 pistol shots in a row before he got shot down.
And they also
now,
get
forced as well. Sarah doesn't have it yet, though. He doesn't actually have it. He's 80 health at the moment. He's going to have to find his players first.
Then he'll
load one up. But I think he's going to have Uber before that point actually gets capped. Sarah's going to pop that one off. Here we go. Well played to him. And Mulger's actually very weak. And there you go. The Rushers pull it out of the bag. 4-for-1 exchange at the moment already. Now makes a 5-for-1. Great play from the Rushers staying alive there for so long.
Yeah, this thing's messy. It seems like the team's got different set mindsets going into this one from the B-Boys. I blame Morgar, to be honest. I think Alex the medic was the team carry, calling everything, had everything going. And the Rushers they must have a lot of teamwork together because they're just playing so well. And they just know what each other are doing, when they're doing it, and what they should be doing. It's just paying off so much better for them than anything the B-Boys seem to be doing.
I'm just... I don't know, like, the way you're saying it, it feels like you're just blaming the fact that Alex isn't there. It's not really that. Let's be real here. Let's real talk, Basehead. It's not just because Alex isn't here, right? That would be very unfair to Nelgar and saying that he's not playing well. He's playing perfectly fine. It's just teamwork-wise at the moment. They're making too many mistakes and the Rush are punishing them for it. They're not really doing anything they don't have to do. Very clearly, they build off their Uber when they need to. They sit there when they need to, and they push when they need to. And that's pretty much what's winning games around this level, is just making less mistakes than the enemy is. You can see Zimbal right here with his medic making their way in, doing some damage. Drop out faster. Zimbal's making okay play. He's actually just going to stall time here on top left while his Delman can make some plays happen. And Logitech, he is still 260 HP. He's going to be the guy to put some damage on the board right now, but he needs to make it happen. And it looks like so far he has it. Now hits a couple of pipes. Guts taken down though. The pipes from 3H5 are hitting. 3H5 does get taken down, but the last point does get saved. And Mulger and the rest of his team are going to stay alive for the time being. But don't forget, they're 3-0 down. There's only 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it looks like the B-Boys are just going to try and they've got J7 out on the point, but then they've got a heavy. It's just a bit of a mix-up, really. If they want to push, they have to push. They can't. They might be relying on the heavy to cap last, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to have to fall back. It's just no coordination, it seems to be. It's just a shame, really, because they were playing well, and they still are all playing quite well, but they just need to get their mind together a bit more. Dar Tennis is coming with a flank, and he luckily gets denied by 3H5, but now they're only just getting time 1 second, and Catch Out gets a nice... Yeah, Catch Out luckily gets the medic.
That's pretty much it right there, as Mulger drops to the floor. That pretty much ends life for the B-Boys right there, as Rush is going to make their way on. 2 players left alive, Ubering into last, focusing a Delman down. Make sure you see the Delman of the enemy team. 3H5 is still sitting there, gets piped in the face, drops to the floor, and as the 4-0 gets on the board, it is time-wise not possible anymore to pull this one out of the bag. And the Rush are going to pick up the first map here, even though there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Technically, if you put 4 minutes round on the board, yeah, okay, cool, but you have end of round time and stuff like that. I don't think it is theoretically and mathematically possible in order to...
Yeah, it looks like it's GG, but hopefully they can get some nice plays and they might be able to win a couple of rounds, get their hits back up. And when they pick their second map, they'll be on their own, hopefully some turf that they're more familiar with, and they might be able to win. But yeah, they get some nice kills, but luckily it's fun. Yeah, Russia's just come back in with the better health and managed to finish off the 2 players who are remaining.
I think the Rusher scouts are insane. And I think they're insane to somewhat of a good extent. Because I think every single time there's been a long fight where both medics die and stuff is just going down the drain, Katachao is the guy who makes it happen. He is the guy who pulls out the aim, pulls out the scattergun, and cleans up and just completely wrecks house, basically. He does that every time, so even though he runs in like a moron from time to time, he also gets a lot of good stuff done a lot of the time as well at the end of the fight. So I think the way that the Russia scouts are playing at the moment is just unbelievably valuable towards their team, towards the cohesion that they have. And let's see, the only thing worth valuable towards the rest of this game is going to be this crit screen coming out of Mulgar at the moment. He is sitting on 90%. I want to see that 6-man crit screen kill here by the soldier. Let's see if it's going to happen.
Comes.
They're a little bit early, but the crit gets popped off. That's one. That's
one.
Two. That's two. Okay, can he get some more? He can get one more.
Yeah,
there you go. That's three.
Oh!
Okay.
That's four.
That's
nice.
four. That's four. Okay, it's not 6, but it's 4. Let's get it.
That's enough.
The control point is being contested.
And backup?
Alert.
Is there must be a backup. Yeah, there's a backup. I was expecting it. It's not going to be in time though, sadly. If you kill 4 and you cannot see the other 2 players, odds are there's going to be a backup. But the Russians, they weren't there in time. I think they misjudged the time it took them to actually cap.
They're just backcapping again, though. So
they're going to back up again, and they're going to try and block this spire. That's going to be the plan. It's a good plan. Let's see if they can make it happen. They can make it happen. There you go. It's a great plan, and Logitech really just spamming that one out. It's getting 4 sticky bomb kills in a row, and now the double backup again is on, but the opposite direction. And with only 50 seconds left on the clock, I think they might actually be able to pull this one off.
Time has been added.
yeah, that was really well played. They just knew what they wanted to do.
It's
And
gonna
the
last.
other
No,
team
3
just
and
blocked
5 has
it.
no idea.
Oh,
It's
and
gonna
a
get
5
capped. After age 5, had no idea. Scout actually sneaked down there from the back, and the 5-0 comes on the board. I think 5-0 is a little bit of a bad score to reflect how somewhat close these teams are, but the Russians definitely, they deserve this victory. You played a lot better on Badlands, that's for sure. Obviously, guys, before we hop on over to the second map, we don't know what the second map is yet. We're going to get updated with that here in just a little bit. It's going to be B-Boy's decision here, as the Bfalizee boys go over their maps and think, you know what map should we play? I'm just hoping Metalworks gets picked off, because I'm feeling the Metalworks. I wanted to see it in play. I've been playing Metalworks a lot myself recently as well, in both pickups and for a team I play for very frequently. So I'm curious to see it in play. I'm confident once ESEA as well. I want to see this map a lot. I'm very much hoping that either of these 2 teams picks it up somewhere in this best of 3. I doubt it, but let's hope so, guys. We're gonna go to a quick break right here, but when we return, obviously we'll be here for the second map between the Bfalizee boys and the Rushers in this grand final here. The competitive in the Comp.tf. Check that out, by the way. The Comp.tf wiki. For competitive Team Fortress 2 6v6 and all of that information. Check that one out as they host this Newbie Cup here for new teams and teams that just really barely have any experience in 6v6. We're going to see this grand final continuing here straight after the break, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in just a couple of short minutes. Enjoy the music, and that's pretty much it. Grab a drink, grab some food. We'll be back right here with you guys in just a few short minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Playing on Granary is the next map, is what B-Boys have chosen.
Alright, fine.